Welcome back for another episode on this journey of the undervalued male. This episode is dedicated to the breaking down of the family via church. I'll spend more time on this topic because it is very important, and the church has escaped this treachery for far too long. Also, the church had flown under the radar and seemed innocent and a safe haven, when they are the biggest perpetrator in the destruction of society and male masculinity. So there will be a part 1 and a part 2 of this topic. Again, just a reminder and another disclaimer: women are not evil or your enemy. Don't blame them or believe that they are the source or root of your problems and society's problems, because they are not. They are wonderful, beautiful, amazing beings. Evil systems and other men are your problem. Women are being used as bait and tools against you. They are a great weakness for men. This channel will not verbally assault or condemn women as a whole. We will discuss, however, how they are used against you and some of the vicious acts that are used against you. They are not innocent, which we will discuss, but they are definitely not the enemy. Now, the big three understand the importance of family. Family is the cornerstone and backbone of society. It is impossible to have a flourishing society without having successful families. But in the West, greed and hunger for power have taken over. The big three said, no, we really don't need families. We need money and control. So the plan begins to be put into action. Isolate the women and emasculate the male. No one knows better about the importance of family than the church. For family is God's idea in the first place. It's literally in the very first book of the Bible. What's also in the first book of the Bible is how to destroy the family as well. One of those tools used to do that is pander to women. No one panders to women more than the preacher. Why do you think majority of the people in there are women? The church absolutely knows the makeup and order of the family. They know it's God over man, man over woman, woman over child. This is the strongest family structure known to man, but it is not lucrative and beneficial for the big three. The church said, let's make it God over church, church over woman, woman equal to man, remove man, and have woman over child. Yeah, very complicated. The man needs to be humbled or removed out of the equation, and the woman needs to be elevated. This way, the church has a direct say in the home and over everybody. Even if the man doesn't like that and won't come to church, the woman will, and she'll bring the kids, already creating a division in the home. The church will tell her she's better and more spiritual than him. That's why she comes and he doesn't. He's evil and has a problem with God, when the truth is he has a problem with another man telling him what to do in his own home and having direct say over his family. But with that, she thinks that she is doing God's will when she's not. But she is being deceived by the preacher, not knowing that she is on the cusp of breaking up her family and ruining her life along with her children's life, while feeling good doing it. With the man not there, now the pandering pastor can really sink his teeth in the woman and the child. She bypasses her man and goes to the pastor for all her needs and problems. Eventually, the pastor knows her better than the man she lays next to at night and the father of her child, the actual head of household. The pastor loves it because he is getting all of her, including the money. She is more loyal to him than anyone in her life. You can say she even worships him because he is like a dope dealer, peddling and pushing, pandering to confuse her soul, to continue the false, debilitating freedom of being single. The church is telling her she's blessed, and without directly saying it, she doesn't need a man. God's got her. And the more she gives her time and money, the more God is going to bless her. The truth is, she's being lied to and manipulated, given false hope, and she'll end up alone, half crazy, and broke. While the man is at home, scratching his head, not knowing what's going on, because it's the church, and he thinks it's innocent and not a threat. His home and relationship are falling and fading. All the while, the church is becoming more powerful and prospering. Before you know it, these mega churches are appearing all over the globe. Oftentimes, these churches are in multiple locations throughout the cities and even multiple states or provinces, sometimes countries as well. So what's the draw? Remember, church is about image. So fame is the fuel. Majority of the churches in the West are fame monsters, with the pastor being a pseudo Jesus rock star. When you go to these churches, you think you're at a concert. It's very loud and flashy. You'll also find the pastor looking and acting and being treated like he's the main event. They even often refer to and compare themselves to celebrities and entertainment. You'll hear phrases like, you can go to a football game and scream and yell there, but you can't scream and yell here for Jesus. Or, you can go to the movies and pay $20 with no problem, but you have a hard time coming to church and giving $20 to the ministry. And even though their appearances is soft and weak, their lifestyles are not. Well, this is extremely appealing to women. They too are into image. They like attention just as much as the church does. Theirs isn't as sinister as the church. It's natural and okay for a female wanting positive attention, but in today's world, it is out of control. Guys aren't exempt from this, but it is a bit different for us. We'll get into that later. With the excitement and bright lights and a false promise of a better tomorrow, the woman leaves the man and takes her child with her, devastating the man and empowering the woman. She honestly believes she is doing the right thing and that God has her back. That's what the church is telling her, while taking her money and beginning to really mold her children, especially the male child. The male child is lost and has no clue who to be. So the church gives him an image of a soft, fearful male who seeks attention and validation. He sees males pandering and catering to females, while females are feasting from no accountability and being put on a pedestal. He's being taught that being soft and weak are what real men are, and being strong and having a backbone is evil. A total twisting of masculinity. Personal story here. Even though I was an adult, I remember I went to this men's meeting at a church. I knew something was up right away from the start when the speaker kept quivering his lips and getting emotional when he spoke. I seriously thought he was about to announce that someone in his family had died and he just received the news right before he came. Then, he said the most weakest and dramatic words I've ever heard in a church setting. Scratch that, a male setting. With a high-pitched quivering voice and tears in his eyes, he said, "Men, stand up. Turn to your neighbor and hold him tight. Just cry in each other's arms Women do this all the time, and we need to be more like them. I looked at the older gentleman next to me, and we both said, I'm good. I left the Wimpy Cry Fest and never went back to another men's meeting. Those kinds of men are also the men that told us, happy wife, happy life. That is their basis and mantra for relationships. No wonder the divorce rate in church is higher than the rest of society because of soft, crying, and my wife is my idol men. This will also serve as an image to look up to for younger males looking to be in relationships. Both the frail and obese men fit into this category. This concludes part 1 of this topic. Next, we will continue with part 2 and discuss the monster on stage that created the monster at home. See you on the next journey.